Hey everyone, Terry Arbor here again. Fat guy in a skinny body. Uh, I was on Facebook in one of my groups on intermittent fasting, and someone asked a question about the best way to start, how to sort of ease into it, not going too far into intermittent fasting and kind of like getting burned out and stuff. I understand. I understand. So I thought I'd make a video on how to sort of ease into the whole fasting regimen and a few of the different kinds of regimens that you can do. So first of all, when you ease into fasting, don't expect massive weight loss as you're easing into it. Okay? So just be patient for that. I jumped from eating constantly to eating one meal a day. And that's pretty drastic. But I had previous experience with intermittent fasting, so I had a sort of an advantage with that. I kind of knew what to expect from my body and everything. Someone who doesn't have previous experience, so probably a little nervous about trying to do something like that. That's some hardcore stuff. Although it's not hard to do, it's just a hardcore approach. Another thing that you should do first of all when you're going to do anything new in life is you should first research it. So, Dr. Berg, Jason Fung, all these YouTube people to look up. Don't fall into the syndrome of being a true believer of any one of these people, a true believer of me either. Take everything that you hear with a grain of salt. Look up studies or YouTube channels where they actually quote scientific studies. There's a lot of recent studies about intermittent fasting and stuff to look up. Not the one about it causing heart failure. That's garbage. And most of the experts agree that that's also just garbage. So you want to do your research. I like, for instance, I really love Dr. Berg. I don't agree with him about keto. I love Jason Fung. I don't agree with him on several things about exercise. And also he pushes keto. Don't have to do keto, in my opinion. So how do you start it? Well, the first thing to do is to go to a good calorie calculator and figure out what it is that you need to eat to maintain your goal weight. Now, what should your goal weight be? Your goal weight should be 50 pounds less than you are now. So whatever you are now, 50 pounds less, assuming you have more than 50 pounds to lose. If you only have 30 pounds to lose, obviously it'd be 30 pounds. But you don't want to have, if you have 150 pounds you want to lose, you don't want to aim for 150 pounds right off the bat, because that's, you don't have to do that. Look at 50 pounds less than you are now. When you put in the information into the calorie calculator, put 50 pounds, when it asks for the weight that you are, put 50 pounds less than you are now, and it'll tell you how many calories to eat to maintain that weight. Then drop it down a couple of hundred calories, 200 or 300 calories, less than that, and that's what you're going to shoot for. But before you even figure your calories, the way to really just get sort of your body going in the direction of fasting, first thing to do is eliminate snacks. Eliminate your snacks during the day. If you're eating between your 3 meals or whatever, eliminate the snacks. If you're eating more than 3 meals, drop it down to 3. Eliminate your snacks. And just, like, again, don't expect massive weight loss from doing this, but just sort of to get used to get the ball rolling. Then after you've eliminated the snacks and you've gotten comfortable with that, start pushing breakfast toward lunch. So that you still have your 3 meals a day, but push your breakfast toward lunch, or skip lunch, which is the next step, to skip breakfast, my bad. Push breakfast toward lunch, so you just have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then skip breakfast and just have lunch and dinner. Now, the next step is to push lunch closer to dinner, and then you get into a true intermittent fasting sort of situation. Because there's different kinds of regimen. There's a 6 to 18. That's a 6-hour eating window. So you push lunch closer to dinner, and you have lunch and dinner within a 6-hour window. That means you have a 6-hour eating window and an 18-hour fast. Then is when you're going to start to notice weight loss when you do that. Now, the two meals need to get up to the calories that you looked up before. That's two or 300 less than your required calories for your goal weight. Like I said initially, those two meals need to come up to those calories. And then you can push lunch and dinner closer together until you're down to a 4-hour eating window and a 20-hour fast. And this is going to produce greater weight loss because you're going to have a bigger fasting window, and your insulin's going to stay dropped for longer. And then the hardcore thing that I do, well, one of the hardcore things that I do is I do one meal and I eat it in about an hour, and I have a 23-hour fasting window. That's what I just jumped straight into. Now, that's kind of how you ease into it. Don't believe people when they say you have to eat keto, you have to do it, or you just have to eat salads and healthy. You don't have to do that. It's just your calorie count. One way people make things too hard so you'll fail is they make it so difficult that you can't follow it. If you go to a personal trainer at a gym, he's going to give you exercises and a routine that's way too complicated. Usually is what happens. Way too complicated so that you can't keep up with his regimen. So when you fail, he can point the finger at you and say you failed instead of him. That's right. People who tell you these diets and things to do, if you fail their plan, if it doesn't work for you, they can point the finger at you and say, well, you had too many carbs in your diet. No, this channel is about doing things that normal, everyday people who actually work for a living can have time to do and manage to do. So I suggest it's just calories. Have your carbs, have your protein. The healthier you eat in your 2 meals, or your 1 meal, if you're doing the hardcore, the healthier you eat, the more food you can eat, the more volume of food. The unhealthier that you eat, the less volume of food that you're going to be able to eat. You decide that. Like normally I eat a salad, spaghetti, and like little TV dinners and things, and a dessert, yogurt-based dessert from like Publix, and sweet tea. The rest of the day I drink water. Sometimes I'll have a Panera Bread pizza and a large salad, and just as a change up. It's fine. I lost a lot of weight eating Panera Bread pizza every day, every freaking day. So you don't have to do it crazy. You don't have to do it hard. This is not a hard thing to do. You have to give your body time. It's important to mention this, time to adapt to fasting. Your cells have to develop the machinery to burn your fat efficiently, to use ketones efficiently. And at first you might feel weak when you're fasting and all this kind of thing. You don't need to do any cardio when you're doing intermittent fasting. Cardio is great for your heart, it's great for your lungs, it's great for your body, and all that sort of thing. But cardio exercise, not necessary for weight loss. It doesn't work for weight loss. Your body is not designed to burn your body fat when you exercise. It's not designed to burn it from cardio. If we burn fat from cardio, the human race wouldn't be here, because our ancestors would get down with no food, and then they would have to walk long distances to try to find food, and their body fat would just shrink off their body and they would die. No, we're made to conserve fat. So the fat's on your body only for the situation in which there's no dietary calories. It's the food you can eat when you don't have any food, and that's the only way to get rid of it. And boy, you get good at fasting. You get that discipline in place, you get your body developed to where you can fast and you feel good while you're fasting. It takes about 2 or 3 weeks, but you start feeling good when you're fasting. And the weight don't stand a chance. It's easy to get skinny. It's easy. It's easy when you don't make it too hard. Don't make it too hard on yourself. Don't go keto. Don't go low carb. Don't order plain. Don't think you have to buy supplements from these gurus that tell you that you have to take the supplement. You have to take this when you're. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Salt. Put a little salt in your water when you're drinking, when you're fasting, so you don't get cramps. And you good. You good. Anyway, this video is going longer than I planned it to. Anyway, got any questions? Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe my video. My channel is barely getting out. Like I'm the only person watching my videos. But I know that'll change in time. But do good. Got any questions, let me know. Like and subscribe, and we out.